Okay, so before we start playing this, I have never heard of Caveland before. No idea what it is. I guess it's a German game, PC game from the 90s that was on Windows 95/98, which is like the worst possible era of games on the PC to try to emulate. If it's on DOS, it works fine. If it's on XP or later, it probably works fine. If it's in this window, it's pretty hard. So I do have the game on my desktop here. I'm probably going to run it on Windows 10. In doing some pre-stream testing, I revealed that the game crashes when I click on the tutorial button, but it seems like the tutorial button is the only thing that crashes the game. So I wanted to go ahead and show you what my Windows 98 virtual machine looks like, so you can see why we're playing it on Windows 10 instead of in Windows 98. The game doesn't crash on the virtual machine, but it has problems. So let me boot that up really quick. Let's see how it goes, and then I'll boot up the main game, and that's when I'll start the counters when we actually start playing it here. So in 98, let me go ahead and restart it here so you can see the crash. I think I can do that from here. Exit game. Okay. Look at this SciTech Display Doctor. The stuff you have to do to get this shit to work on Windows 98, right? So we hit New Game. I'll try Easy. And this is what it looks like. And then I click on the wizard. Already the MIDI is lagging a little bit here because the game can't quite keep up. Now the MIDI is very unhappy because of the time to load the wizard. The wizard is a...
One of your dwarves has found an entrance to one of the lost caves. You should unlock the secrets of the cave.
That's what we're missing. One of your dwarves has found the entrance to a lost cave. You should unlock the secrets of the cave. And I can hit replay. But it looks like what it does to try to load the audio.
Your dwarves has found an entrance to one of the lost caves. You should unlock the secrets of the cave.
Really causes the game to shit the bed. So... we're going to be missing out on this. The Dwarf Wizard isn't going to be able to comment to us because the person who coded this game decided to make an audioless AVI for the dwarf talking animation and then also handle the audio dynamically using some like outdated library thing that doesn't work anymore on Windows 10. So let's close the virtual machine and come back to the game in Windows 10 here. And I'll show you what happens when I click the wizard there. Please insert the Caveland CD into drive D. No, I'm not using the CD. Hold on. This is a new one. I tested this for hours and I haven't seen this before. I'll find it. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, starting the clock for real, although I still want to watch the prologue. We're going to do that too, but let's see what happens when I click the wizard here in Windows 10.
One of your dwarves has found an entrance to one of the lost caves.
Why did it work?
Do your best to find the piece of the
It's never worked
monument.
before. That's worse. No.
One of your dwarves has found an entrance to one of the lost caves. Do your best to find the piece of the mystic monument.
I've been testing this for hours. All last night. What the fuck? I feel like I can't go back and watch the prologue now because I have to like play it now that it's working, right? Literally nothing changed. Okay. We're gonna watch the prologue. I'm probably gonna have to die and crash later, but now we gotta just go. So let's do this. I am bamboozled. So Game Saucer, that initial comment about one of your dwarves has found a lost cave, find the entrance, I have no idea what to do. So if you can give me some guidance here, obviously I'll look around and click and stuff. I'm worried about the prologue though. Let me see. I'll try it. Let me back out. and then boot the game up again and see if it crashes this time.
One of your dwarves has
Why
found
does
an
it work
entrance
now?
to
Okay,
one
well,
of
I can
the
watch
lost
the
caves.
prologue.
You
I can
should
watch the prologue. Let's just watch the prologue. It's fine. Prologue. It's so much worse that it's randomly working now. It's fine. Just enjoy it.
Hello! It's been quite a while since I've had the pleasure to talk to a stranger. Normally it's pretty quiet around here. But actually, you should see the place after some of the dwarfs have had a few mushroom beers. Worse than a jolly anthill. However, it's really good to welcome you, now that you've stumbled across our little village. Just maybe our two wizards had a hand in guiding you here, to help us. Whichever way it is, in you we have found a volunteer, and so I will now reveal our history to you. Once upon a time,
Thanks, wizard.
in a place 2.5 steps left of reality, there was a little village. Quite peaceful and cozy. There the waters were abounded with fish. The beer still flowed from pure mountains. No fast food in sight, and sparkling water bubbled forth from crystal springs.
Pretty good
The
animation.
place was blessedly free from credit cards, computer viruses, and mother-in-laws. In short, the place was paradise.
No mother-in-laws? How does that work? You just kill them immediately?
But this was not to last.
Even more
How strange it
90s.
was that it should have been the two wisest among the dwarfs of the high rank of wizards who, in their boredom, devised the most destructive pastime. They invented
Who
the
in their
game,
boredom?
a totally useless activity appealing to the very worst side of the dwarfian nature. Fate struck swiftly. Faced with defeat and desperate to win, one cheated the other, which enraged his opponent, and then disaster struck, and doom descended on the dwarves.
So what happens when you have a wizard battle? Runestones.
Life had become
Good deeds are
impossible upon
esteemed
the
there.
surface. Our dwarves had one last hope, to descend into the depths, there to try to retrieve the lost pieces of the mystic monument, and by doing so, to restore their homeland.
Wow. I'm gonna play a tabletop RPG in this setting.
So, that's the way it was many, many generations ago. Meanwhile, many members of our little community have valiantly sought to recover all the lost pieces of the mystic monument. Work on rebuilding the monument could not begin until all the pieces were found. So, as pieces were located, they were stored in safe caves. However, overindulgence in mushroom beer
Mystic
and ice cream
monument.
did not help. Over the generations, new villages sprung up. Houses were built, machines were constructed. For amusement, there were pubs, pizzerias, cinemas, ice cream parlors, and amusement parks. There was an abundance of gold, ice cream, and magic crystals.
It's a specific
Despite
set
all
of
this,
things.
and liberal amounts of mushroom beer, the dwarfs actually managed to find all the pieces of the mystic monument. But, as they were often hung over, they had forgotten to pass on the locations where they had stored the pieces. Many generations have passed since then, and our numbers have diminished due to lack of holidays, fish and chips and aspirin. So, there are now only a few of us who are left to reassemble the mystic monument, and our hopes are not very high. However,
I think monument's the only word that sounds weird.
One day, an intelligent, clear-thinking, courageous and handsome stranger will come among us and lead us to find the pieces of the mystic monument and help us to rebuild it again to its former glory. Well, the prophecy is still unfulfilled,
due to overwhelming boredom.
but you, while not even coming close to the expectations, might be the one. So, I suggest we both get to work. I will be around and will help you wherever I can. Give it your best, and may your mushroom beer barrel never run dry.
Thanks, wizard. Cool, I'm glad I didn't watch that before.
The cave.
Unlock the secrets of the cave. So should I be playing on, what difficulty should I be playing on to start with Game Saucer? Are those separate campaigns, the easy, medium, and so on? Question 1. Okay, 2, I didn't insert a disk when it asked me to insert a disk. So what happened was I have this bizarre set of like 16 .egg files, which I guess an egg file is like a WinRAR partial archive, where you have to like extract it as one thing. And I needed to move that to the Windows 98 machine to get the most updated version of the game. It was the very last thing I tried this morning to get this game to work in VirtualBox. So I went to go transfer it, and the software that I use, because you have to transfer files to Windows 98 using an ISO file, I use Power ISO to make the ISO file, and that has a 300 megabyte limit for the free version of Power ISO. So I pulled one file out of the install folder for this game on Windows 10, and I made that one file its own ISO and the rest of it another ISO, right? That one file is the library file that I assume contains all of the audio clips. I have no idea why removing it from the game, trying to start the game, getting yelled at for not having all of the proper files, and then copying that file back into the install folder caused it to work. And maybe that isn't what caused it to work. I have no idea. This game is haunted. Normal is fine. Okay, thank you. Oh, so I don't get a wizard hint at the very beginning. Okay, very good. It seems to work. Let's make some saves here. All right, so let me look here. Places I can look around with the arrow keys. And then there's buildings I can touch. There's special functions or display map, place sign, show location of last drop, center on the main house, place a note. The mouse will take me there too. Ah, okay, thanks. Ah! Oh, is this like Lemmings, kind of? They just like walk off a cliff and die? I hadn't actually played very much Lemmings at all. Alright, I'll probably look at all the buttons and then restart the game once I understand what's happening. So I can build things, it looks like. And like, I give it a building site and then they have to go to it to start building it, I guess. It's only half dead. Mostly dead is slightly alive. It looks like some of them have different tools as well. Okay. Drugstore. Hub. Place a mine, dig a tunnel, build a ladder, build a bridge, create a cave. So I'm guessing this is the main thing that I use to progress, is to tell them to do stuff. Oh, but it has to be green, I guess, for it to be placeable. Oh, this is interesting. It's actually more robust than I was expecting. Wood, I guess? But they need to have the resources to be able to do it, I assume. Now, if I tell them to place things, they'll just automatically try to do it if they're near to it, I guess. Oh, if you click on it again, that means there's more stuff. Bamboo, trees, mushrooms, grain. I see. Thanks. Storage house, tiny house. It's their mood. So they get sad if they fall, but they won't die. So this is like my objective over here, basically. I can summarize all of the dwarves. I see. So this guy's trying to bring wood over to the job to build the ladder. Oh, that's cool. Wow, is this game an inspiration for stuff like Dwarf Fortress and Minecraft later on? I mean, obviously it's pretty different. Specifically being dwarves is interesting too. What year did Dwarf Fortress start? I kind of got the impression that that was more like a post-2000s project. And because it's super obscure. Unlike like Dungeon Keeper. So is this telling me what they're good at and what they suck at, basically? Oh. It's like telling me their productivity, basically. They're unhappy because of it. Okay. Hey dude, don't walk off the ledge like that. We're trying to build a ladder here. Now, will they actually use the ladder smartly once it's built? So are there resources in each of these locations, more or less? Dig a tunnel. Presumably they need more wood for this, right? Which is why they haven't finished the ladder. Digging work because they have no homes and because of falling is what that's saying. Oh, okay. So this is telling me the main reasons people are mad, basically. I see. It's more general overview. I see. So this is lack of home because there's a cancellation sign over it. This is they have to dig sometimes. Hey, now we've got a ladder working. Okay, cool. And I can see that for each individual dwarf. Gotcha. So we want to give them houses. Now, does each dwarf need to have a house? Or do they like bunk up at all? Hey, stop walking off the edge, dude. That's not my fault. Dwarf's coming to this location. Dwarf's asleep. Dwarf's taking a shower. Now, how do I know what one of these things requires to build? Is that displayed somewhere? Destroy it. Click on the sign. Okay, so this needs stone, bamboo, and wood. Now, does the yellow exclamation point mean that I don't currently have access to that resource yet, basically? Oh, they're building something over here now, so that's good. Probably need to get them digging over here. I assume a lot of the stuff in the level design is like a resource. Like, is this like a wood pile or something? I assumed it was a stone pile at first, but they have to be getting the wood from somewhere. Build a bamboo nursery. It's here, right? Oh, it's just background. Okay. Bamboo nursery. And so this is based on whether the dwarf is specialized at watering versus digging, I guess. And they try to assign themselves automatically. The main house has some resources that you start with. Gotcha. I'm gonna save really quick, just in case there's eventually a wizard pop-up that crashes the game. Is it right that I don't get a wizard pop-up at the beginning when I play on normal? Bamboo nursery. Stop falling, dude. There's a ladder right there. Ugh. Can I build a bridge and a ladder? Or does the top of the ladder stop me from building a bridge? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Looks like it should work. Material you make it out of matters, right? I see. But this is the right way to do it, is the bridge goes on top of where the ladder is, and they can cross over both. Oh, durability. I didn't realize stuff broke eventually. Where can I see the current durability for a thing? Thought I was getting it. Set the number of dwarfs working this location. It's decay, okay. And sometimes the tooltips don't always display, so gotcha. Bamboo nursery. We gotta dig into there at some point here. Now, can they climb small things, or do they need to have like a ramp or something? If I wanted to get up here, I assume I need to go diagonally down one, right, down one, right, wait, down one, right, down one, right, down one. Has to be a ladder, so it'd have to go all the way over here, basically. Can they dig straight up or no? It reviews the fact that I have a mining job set up here. They can't build a ladder straight up? Okay, thanks. I guess they have to finish digging that mini tunnel, and then they can build the super tunnel after that. Now, dwarves could still walk off this edge if they were being silly, right? Oh, they sure can. Can I make a wall to stop them? I'll just make another bridge, it's fine. Okay, so it doesn't let you build invalid things, it looks like. They can build a ladder straight up and they can dig straight up. Here goes this guy. Good job, little dwarf. Good job, dude. Proud of you. Okay, so they have to also build a ladder. So you'd have to build like a ladder up a tile and then build and then dig up one tile and then build another ladder and then dig up and so on. It's cool. Stop falling. You request a ladder, it digs it out automatically. Okay. How do you die in this game, or how do you fail in this game if the dwarves won't die? Is it just running out of the base resources without having renewables? Review some of their happiness here. So now some of them are mad about having to work on construction, having to farm, not having a house. Do they sleep in the houses? Doesn't have a failure state, but it's possible to soft lock. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I've spent so many hours with this game, like, barely functioning and lagging constantly and, like, force crashing and not being able to play audio that it's bizarre seeing it be a video game. It's actually kind of cool, like, especially for 96. I think this idea of being able to modify your environment was, like, completely mind-blowing back in the 90s. I think it's part of the reason why people were super into RTS games at the time. It's like, this is something you can't do on the console. Here, we're going to give you this map. Why don't you build stuff on it, and we're going to remember what you built. And if you blow up some mountain ranges or whatever, we're going to remember that too. Like, whoa. Top right menu shows me a map. Oh, okay, that's cool. And I can click to go places. Place sign, show location of last drop. Oh, that's like if a dwarf falls, I can see why they fell, basically. Okay. So dwarves try to, like, self-optimize the tasks that they're working on, or can you have idle dwarves? Zoom in and out. Oh, that's cool. Dang, yeah. I think that's what I'm saying about it being exciting that you could modify the map. Definitely feels like that. So if a dwarf is idle, is that because it's one dwarf per job? And I don't have enough jobs running right now for all the dwarves to be working? Or is there a way for me to assign multiple dwarves onto this, like, tunnel digging job over here? Okay, this is showing materials that I have, basically. Dynamite gears. Do they try to store stuff in here by default? Once I start building things to collect materials? Can't assign more than one dwarf to digging a tunnel. Tiny house mirror. Alright, so up to 4 of them will bunk. Gotcha. Dwarfs taking a shower. I bet it's dwarfs under the shower. God, I thought the game was going to freeze for a second there. But the MIDI was just about to switch over. 8 types of items in the main house. Then I have to have, like, separate storage facilities for other things, basically. Small storage houses. Okay. Eventually they're going to be unhappy because they're not going to have enough drugs and they're not going to have enough alcohol, presumably. The cogwheel factory makes cogwheels, and it's the only machine for this level. Is it a level-based thing that you get more buildings in later stages? Drugstore is specifically a storage house for foods. I see. And the pub is a potential source of happiness. I think I have to have the existing tunnel built before they can start, before I can place the ladder. You unlock buildings by completing caves. Caves are one of these guys. Not a mine. Create a cave. Some caves have blueprints. Is it like getting to the monument piece, like this thing over here? So I assume that that's what that was. Okay, that's cool. There's other stuff that I should be doing while I'm idle. Grain, berries, mushrooms, trees, probably. Or can trees only be built on a certain kind of floor, maybe? Oh, no, here we go. They can have blueprints. Okay, that's cool. So this game isn't going to progress by stages? Like, this is the whole game, this giant map, right? And eventually I want to explore all of it. Uh-oh. Every time the MIDI repeats. Wow, the map is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Interesting. So a lot of this is about like exploring to try to find things. That's impressive. Trying to think like what had a similar scope to this in '96. When did Dungeon Keeper come out? It's like late '90s. And get back to my house via... There we go. '97, right on. It's like this, but with a much tighter scope, I guess, in terms of the area that you're allowed to build on and modify. So mines can collect ore, I assume. Oh, a mine is just like the other resource nodes. You put it somewhere and they can get stuff out of it, okay. Coal, crystal, iron, mithril. Trees, probably want to start doing mushrooms. Guessing you want these to be close to the storage facilities, but I'm not worried about it too much right now. Oh, I see. So the total number of options when you go to place it is based on where on the map you're putting it. I was about to say, it seems funny that I can, like, specifically tell it that I want it to be a mine for iron. I think that would be based on its location, but that makes sense. You're saying it's going to excavate automatically here. Can I get more dwarfs eventually? The reason I can designate it as an iron mine is because there's iron there. And that's just every tile on the map has a specific set of things that are technically there, I guess. I'm guessing I can't accidentally place something on top of an area that is already covered by something else, right? And for gold. Support beams left. Oh god, I got the thinking animation on the cursor. I'm worried that if I sneeze, this game's gonna crash, but it's been working flawlessly since the start of stream. But what happened before is I would click on the dwarf and it would bring up his animation and his mouth would open and it would make the Windows like system notification sound, then the game would force close. And that has not been happening. One of you guys gonna build this ladder? Can I see who's assigned to it? Ebolo. Alright, he's coming. He's coming. Yeah, it was very cursed for him to talk and for like the Windows notification sound to come out. The thing that was the most alarming is that this game would crash when I was testing it on Windows 2000, and then while it was crashed, while I was restarting the virtual machine, the looping stuck audio would keep playing, and I don't know. I mean, it's MIDI, which is supposed to be like system instructions are playing the sound, which is why when the CPU would lag, the music would lag. But I was like, by what mechanism is the music continuing to play on the like Windows 2000 boot up screen? It's like a printer. It's completely haunted. Okay, so they gotta walk really far right now. So eventually you want to make a city that's got everything pretty efficiently placed. What was that, like, sighing sound? Is it just a very angry dwarf? Mad from having to work too much? Mad from having to dig. She opens her eyes and there's nothing there. She just makes this sound. I guess it didn't trigger there, did it? I guess when I save, it doesn't trigger a notification sound anymore. Dwarfs wiping their forehead while they're working. I see. If I run out of planks for the ladder, that means that I need to... Do they make planks automatically out of the trees that they're harvesting here? Does trees equal planks? Do trees equal planks? I need a sawmill. And that's a machine that I have to unlock. Woodworks, I guess. So this is what might be a soft lock then, since they... I guess maybe not a total soft lock, because I could still build a tunnel to it, but... Cancel and maybe replace it with another material. Quartz. Yeah. Hopefully my other buildings aren't failing due to lack of planks now. Learn not to overbuild at the beginning. It's okay, MIDI. You can do it. I believe in you. Dude was carrying a log. Gold mine. Quantity per time. Support beams left. I see. So that's like how long the mine can stay open until they have to replace the beams inside of it. And they're storing materials here, I see. Does bamboo turn directly into bamboo? Like, does it have to be processed a second time to make it into something usable? It looks like my other bamboo farm, did it die or it can only exist for a certain amount of time before it's fully harvested? Mushroom farm, no lob. Click here to enter. Rebuild them when they're fully harvested. Okay. When I say to enter, does that mean that it's going to assign a specific dwarf to try to come in here? Oh, drag the triangle. I see what that is. If I assign 3 and then hit click to enter, then they're going to start coming over here. Once they're free of other tasks, I guess. we doing on bamboo? Not amazing. Happy Wren Pub. Ah, right, because it's mushroom beer, right? So to make beer, they need mushrooms. Only do that when dwarfs are already inside. I see. Thank you. Gotcha. So the 3 green means that there are 3 dwarfs that are assigned that are walking over there. And once they actually go inside, then I'll be able to enter to see what they're doing. And that's going to be like a sub-map. Gotcha. So it replaces the green dot with the dwarf face. Interesting. There's like a ladder in here. A Myco brewery. Oh my god, that's good. It's not even gonna get the bad one. God damn. How dare you? Yeah, you should be proud of that one. Holy shit. I guess I'm limited to what I can see in here, right? Oh, I can control the dwarf. Oh, with like the arrow keys? I didn't realize I was doing that all along. Okay, so I need to not get zapped. Now, the reason I only see the one dwarf right now is because I didn't send the other 2 in before I hit enter cave. Oh, wizard.
Not bad, but there's more to be found. You may want to come back later.
Thanks, wizard. Thanks for not crashing my game. Alright, so I have to wait until it says all 3 dwarfs are in there, and then I should be able to go in. That's kind of cool that you take control of them while you're in there. I see why you wanted to share this game. This game's pretty impressive. I assume it came with like a instruction manual that helped with a little bit of this. So pained. Okay, so now I can select each of them separately. And the reason I needed 3 dwarves is there might be like a pressure plate that one of them has to stand on or something. That's cool. So is this like a Lost Vikings puzzle, basically? Like what all are they able to do once they're in here? Can they like stand on each other's shoulders or anything like that? Ah. And like your limited camera is like part of the challenge, I guess. You have to like switch dwarfs to center the camera. Oh, I have to use the right... Okay. I can't use the arrow keys to camera anymore. Gotcha. Gotcha. It's kind of cool that you have these little like micro missions. Now, does this pause all building outside? Turn that thing off. Hey, that's your own fault, buddy. Wow, that's a long fall. Stop climbing. Just leave. You're done here, buddy. We got the thing, right? Now that means that I've done the main thing to do here. Can I still get the treasure? Is that what the other things are? Or there's not necessarily treasure on every screen? This looks done to me. I don't see where else to explore. Oh, it's grayed out. Okay. This bar would look different if there was treasure. Does emergency exit just get me out of here fast? Or is there any reason to like manually have them exit? Make them unhappy or something? Oh, abandons the missions. You don't get to keep your resources. Sure. You know, I think I know what caused the game to stop crashing.
You've got it. You're a further step closer to your goal. Keep it up and success will be yours.
Thanks, wizard. Cool. So the file that Game Saucer got with the 16 egg files is from like a weird Korean game file sharing site. So the name of the folder was in Korean, which is fine in Windows 10. But when I tried to transfer that folder into the Windows 98 virtual machine, it gave me a bunch of errors when I was trying to copy it. And like the Korean characters weren't displaying. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a Korean issue. I'll just rename the folder from Korean to Caveland, right? And then once I renamed it to Caveland, then it let me port it into the virtual machine. But I bet that when it goes to look for the voice lines for the wizard, the Korean characters cause it to crash. And changing it to English fixed it. I've been over here like, why did this work? I didn't change anything, what the fuck? But that would make sense to me if that's what the issue was all along. That's cool. Gold mine, shows me how much gold is remaining. I'm trying to think what else I want to start building here. So do I get any clue as to where the next place to explore is, or do I kind of have to, can I see open chambers on the map without actually making it to them? If this game is as big as it looks, I imagine it would take a really long time to fully explore this. You have to explore, okay. They just give you that first chamber. Drugstore. Stores food items, okay. Let me save since I finished that. Oh, sometimes in the dark spots you can like make out, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's easier for me to see with the gamma on the OBS preview window. So there's like natural caves that you can break into. Gotcha. That's cool. Let's just try going right here, I guess. There's a max length for a mine shaft. Oh, maybe it won't let me dig it into open air, and that leads to open air. Okay. Yeah. So, is a good strategy to just build as many like resource harvesting places as possible, and also like storage houses like this one? I guess each storage house can only hold 2 things in it at a time, huh? If I had like one complaint about this game, it's that the overall rate of progress seems pretty slow. I don't know if that's a normal difficulty thing or if it speeds up exponentially as you get more dwarfs. But like the time to dig a single tunnel seems really long. Maybe it's a super early idle game. So all the other buildings I have to get via exploring for blueprints is what you're saying, which is kind of cool. You can look at a building to see what it needs still? Not necessarily. They're still building the cogwheel factory. Oh, I see. Anytime I see one of these arrows, I can click and drag it, basically. So the number of dwarves working on this location. Like, there's enough tasks to do, ultimately, that you don't need to sit and wait in any one of them to complete. Can I go somewhere to see what it still needs?
There's no coal left.
Oh, thanks, dude. Okay, so we need a coal mine. Helpful. Oh, clicking this sign gives you different info.
There's no mithril left.
He looks so sad. I guess I see why that was crashing if it was having to do this, like, fancy dynamic dialogue thing. Okay, so there's not actually mithril there. I see. There was some over here, I think. Yeah. Mithril mine. The procedurally generated names, too. If this didn't inspire Dwarf Fortress, it's kind of crazy that, like, there's another game about exploring a giant map and building, like, an underground city with dwarves. Open area there. Just like there's just like a piece of rock, basically. Oh, did the grain field like expand or something once you first planted it? Interesting.
There's no coal left.
So sad. So this building, once it's built, is going to need coal to make things. But also just to build it straight up, we need mithril, is what he's
The
saying.
amount of mithril is not sufficient.
Oh, different voice lines for the same thing. Holy shit. Effort. I think most of my dwarves are pretty pissed off. Yeah. And this gives me the average mood of all dwarves. So this guy is super fucking pissed. So all these other things are like entertainment to bring their happiness up, right? Like a clown, a movie theater, an ice cream parlor, that kind of thing. Gotcha. I see why you didn't want to progress without the wizard dialogue, because it's pretty helpful when he tells you like what's missing from completing a building. Now, do they have to bring stuff to a storehouse, or will they only bring it to a storehouse if there's no immediate projects to bring things to? Just getting gold and iron, it looks like. Okay. Probably need to build more of those. Bamboo. Now, if this bar is red, that means that I've maxed out on it and I'm not using stone for anything at the moment. Immediate projects might take precedence, but not sure. Okay. Buildings presumably need height to be built in addition to width. Like, they're as tall as they look. They won't just fit into a one tile high tunnel. Probably want to start building a ladder up so I can use more of this open space for buildings and shit. Because it's a problem once it breaks, right? Some buildings are taller than others. Okay. Now I can't tell it to start building the bridge up here until the ladder is done. Okay, I see. And also, I guess, until any dwarves can actually get there, maybe? Yeah, this isn't a valid spot because there's currently a build scheduled there. I see. Gotcha. What do the signs do? Does that just discourage dwarves from, like, wasting their time? No passing, and I can make little notes to myself. So once this dwarf gets past it, I can put no passing here. And I could have done this instead of building a bridge, but I guess I can use the bridge to dig here soon. You can make notes anywhere. It's less open area than we thought. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. Give you some control over where they go. Now, if I wanted to destroy this sign, is that an easy affair? Destroy item. Oh, does a dwarf have to destroy the item? Oh, no, there we go. Okay, cool. Gotcha. That's neat. Now, I've got multiple dig jobs, but only one tunnel is currently being worked on. Is that because there's only one dwarf specialist? Let's see. I think most of them have... That guy's got a pickaxe. Or I guess do they need to use their pickaxe to go into a mine and get resources? I see, so the capacity is 5 dwarves, and there's only one dwarf that's currently sleeping. So as long as this isn't maxed out all the time, I don't need another house. Angry dwarfs don't want to work for very long. Okay. And they're not making beer at the moment because they don't have enough... Oh, I have a dwarf that's a bartender. Oh, that's interesting. So this, do I need to have all of these in order to make resources? The bread and the mushrooms? Where am I storing the bread right now? Possibly nowhere? In the drugstore. Okay. And I assume I need a building to turn the grain into bread? Just mushrooms is enough. And the more you have, the more efficient it is. Okay. Do I have to worry about my grains, like, taking over like this? I guess it's okay since it's in a tunnel, but I need like a bakery or something. Which I'm gonna have to find somewhere else. Yeah, I assume that's the case. When people go to visit there, it increases their happiness and they have like a drinking value, this one maybe, to give them some green. Will dwarf happiness go up if I cancel jobs and just kind of let them idle for a bit? I don't know if that's like ever desirable to do. Wonder if I can build a no passing sign to force this dwarf to work on digging forever. Probably a bad idea. It's the happy dwarf. And them idle can help their mood. I see, so it maxed out on grain and then started storing grain in the next slot. And I have nothing to use grain on as far as I know because I can't make bread yet, so I'm wondering if I should destroy this field, or even if I can destroy this field. Show info sheet. I guess it'll die out eventually if they keep collecting stuff from it, right? Sorry, angry dwarf. Very sorry. I see. That'll keep it from getting watered, basically, and it'll eventually die out. Okay, so if I click on the icon, I can tell bring it here, take it from here. I'm basically setting priorities everywhere, right? Getting rid of nurseries can be hard. I didn't realize that they could spread so much when I was placing them before. Is this thing finally getting built again? Still a mithril problem?
There's no mithril left.
Mithril mine. Now, when the quantity per time is low, is that representing like how much material's in that mine, basically? So when this is really low, that means that's a shitty place to put the mine. Do I know that before I go to build it? Or can I project that before I go to build it? Big areas over here. Oh, I assume it's easier for them to dig through dirt than through rock. Looks like they hate digging, which that makes sense. Let me adjust something with this real quick, hold on. Yeah, it looks better than it was before. Okay, my bad. Based on the amount of workers, not resource riches. I see. So you'd get more resources per time unit if you had a bunch of dwarves scheduled on the same thing, basically. Is that planks that we're missing now?
The amount of boards is not sufficient.
Amount of what's?
The amount of boards is not sufficient.
Boards. So I can never finish building this until I find a sawmill blueprint, right? What is the difficulty change mainly? Is it just the time it takes for things to complete, or the size of the map, or? This thing's almost done. Maybe I can build some more buildings up there. Changes a bunch of things. This guy is pissed off. It's better to just let them idle now, you know? Are they just building with bamboo now instead? Interesting. Do buildings have a durability and they eventually die as well, or not necessarily? This was the first thing I tried to build. So this is going to produce cogs, which are presumably a requirement for other later buildings that I don't have access to yet. I don't think there's anything else that I would need them for. Buildings stay forever, okay. The place notes is cool. Alright, so the one house is probably more than enough. It needs gold, mithril, and coal to make cogs, which don't have a use for it yet as far as I know. Ladders and bridges won't break entirely. Dwarfs don't get unhappy if they're homeless. You can't get bee swarms if you're leaving a bunch of food out. Demolished buildings don't take explosives. Interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty big mechanical change. I hope they're not favoring bringing the mushrooms here over the, Oh, okay, someone's taking out the mushroom to bring it to the pub. I guess that makes sense, because the mushroom field is closer there. I think we need to, like, massively increase the number of mushrooms so that they have a shitload of alcohol. Okay, so not watering this is kind of an issue. I wonder if in order to clear out the grain, I need to, like, assign a shitload of dwarves to it, you know? Just assign none of them to harvest. Is this how many dwarves I have available? Like, how does this load balance if dwarves are assigned to different things? Because I think I just have the 10, right? Just go up to 10? Ah, 16. What are we doing back here? Still digging slowly but surely. Yeah, I think I had spread myself a little bit thin here. So now we want a bridge up here. Mystery. See ya. Let's go, team. I wish I could assign multiple dwarves to a dig job, because I feel like digging is the most important thing they can do, and it's the thing that I have like the least control over. This seems like maybe it's better if your dwarves are all happy that they'll just like dig constantly without you having to think about it too much. Right now I struggle with like assigning them to dig and then they're fucking pissed off because all they're doing is digging and they have no mushrooms to make mushroom beer. So I'm going to try to let the current jobs complete and then just let them idle for a bit to let their happiness recover. I like the idea of making everything like task-based, if that makes sense, instead of unit-based. Like instead of saying, hey you, Jim, go dig this tunnel, you say, I need a tunnel built. And it tries to load balance which of the dwarves go to participate on that. Like, I guess I wish that resource harvesting in RTS games worked like that, or I could say, I need gold. Whatever peons I have, you know, do 50% gold, 50% wood, or whatever. Okay, we gotta, like, max this out. Need to try to destroy this as well as I can here. So I don't know how that load balance is. The drugstore is gonna have way too much. So what's the deal with being able to, like, change the individual slots here? Does that do anything? Can I destroy the items that are in the slots already? I can tell it not to bring certain items here. Okay, but I guess they have nowhere else to store it if not here, so may as well be the grain. Once we get a bakery going, we'll have plenty of wheat for it. So how does it work though if I already have an item assigned to that slot and then I switch it out? Like, surely I don't have access to the item that I just swapped out of. Like, each store doesn't have technically infinite stores. They have to take out the item stored in that slot first. Okay. Will they like leave it lying around if they have to? Poor guy. Very displeased. That's cool. Yeah, it just seems like making it per unit. I mean, theoretically, it increases the skill cap if you have to tell each individual peon what you want them to harvest. But, like, the gap between stupid play and really, really smart play with where you're sending your peons seems to be not very wide. Like the difference between a moderately skilled player and an amazingly skilled player when it comes to like how they're out, what percentage each of their workers is going to each unit, I'm guessing isn't very big. Like, I'm sure there's lots of little micro things you can do to like pick up the workers and move them around so they don't get killed by enemies or whatever. But as far as actually assigning them and what to do automatically, it seems weird to make that a worker relationship as opposed to a target resource relationship. I cannot make this grain field go away for the life of me. I might just be screwed. We just ignore it, I guess. It's gonna flow into this tunnel and we're gonna be in trouble for the foreseeable future. Now, I can't unassign all... There we go. Unassign all dwarves. Leave that shit alone. Do something else, guys. Doing okay on mushroom beer. Is there need to be a dwarf working here in order for beer to be produced? Granite's not an obstacle, but granite. Well, the mine is permanent. Hold on. Or if I can build it in a tiny cave like this. It might be because this is standing here. Maybe if I get to building it the instant they, like, dig through the wall. So, like, okay, if there's mushrooms stocked in the pub, I see the mushrooms going down, then the dwarves are converting the mushrooms into happiness, basically. Average happiness is looking a little bit better, I think. Some of these guys are downright jolly. Several of them are not, though. Back to digging, thank God. I think a mine shaft might need to be too high. 2 tiles high. The 2 dwarfs will try to supply it with mushrooms. Okay. Is there any other, like, 1 unit high things that will... Maybe a ladder will stop it from growing? They should be able to fit in a 1 tile high space. Maybe just a temporary build will stop it from spreading like a disease, that grain. This game is cute, though. I see. So here, there's cave wall for them to build mines on, I guess. Now I can build a mine, like, here. Okay. But every time the MIDI loops, it freezes the game temporarily and freaks me out. I don't have a crystal mine yet. Why don't we do that? Brain being an invasive species is a problem you'd like to have. You live entirely underground, right? Okay, I think this is coming up on the open area. Do blueprints spawn in places other than those runestone dungeons? So I put this game down as 4 hours because that's the length of your subblock, but I feel like to actually beat this and get all the runestones is like hundreds of hours. Maybe once you have a good, like, happiness engine going, they start digging really, really fast. Right click on it, click the whistle icon, which works for every job except digging, right? Oh no. I think the pending job here will stop it from advancing into the cave. Poor guys. That's impressive. Well, I'm down to keep playing it because it is a cool game. To see if I can find maybe at least 1 more monument piece, but let me know if you wanted me to swap to Rodina at any point. Or if you wanted to save that for your next sub-block, also works for me. Trying to think. Yeah, because I don't even think I've been to the edge of the map, right? Is there an edge? There's gotta be an edge eventually. This is nuts. I feel like it would be, even if I had like all happy dwarves and no tasks other than digging, getting this far would take like days. Hey, Yahan, how you doing? Is this a Taurus? Does this loop around? I think I maybe just now hit a wall. No, it's still going. Oh my god. It's like what? Elite, I think, was one of the first games that did this like giant procedural map. Well, I assume this map isn't procedural. It's the same for everybody who plays it. Maybe it was initially generated procedurally. Crazy. We already have a bunch of cogs. Looks like that is blocking the advancement of the grain, so that's good. Have I finished any of my tunnel projects? I don't think so. Wheel factory, pub, drugstore. I think that, like, because of the relationship between digging and unhappiness, that my digging dwarfs are by far the most likely to be pissed off. Everybody else is fine to, like, harvest stuff, I guess. Thought I was building a bridge here. Okay. Am I out of bamboo? No, I still have some. Hey, saved himself from falling. Good job, buddy. This guy's coming to build the bridge. Never mind. I guess he wasn't. Is he just confused? Yeah, I can't click on their tools, so I'm not sure. Flag is blue, a dwarf is a sign there. Sorry. Digginess. Does a yellow flag mean no one's doing it at the moment? Oh, that's so close. So I guess I can unassign the mines and stuff, right? Let me do that real quick. That'll keep dwarves from like trying to do it if they pass by it. Maybe that's the issue, is I just have too many things assigned at the moment. Okay, I think I finished unassigning this. The person that's in there will finish whatever they're doing and then they'll leave, I guess. Maybe this will open them up to try to focus on other tasks. Whoa. Cog making animation. It's cool. Spam click the missile if you really want them to do it. Sure. Show a signed dwarf. Nidir, who's not having a great day. Get it, buddy. You're so close to breaking into new ground. Show a sign dwarf. Yes, the guy coming up the ladder. Is he finally placing it? I think so. Hey, good job, dude. Way to go. This guy's carrying gold. Now, is he stuck because he has nowhere to put it? Let's see. I'm hoping turning off all my mines is going to help here a bit. Now, if I stop people from harvesting the mushrooms, for example, they'll just be able to grow unfettered like we were seeing before with the grain. And watering just increases the rate at which it spawns, I assume. Oh, I gotta put a sign up there to keep them from falling. Hold on. No passing. He'll put it down eventually if he can't find a place to store it. Okay.
One of your dwarves has found an entrance to one of the lost caves. You should unlock the secrets of the cave.
Sweet. Who found it? Whoa! I'm glad I went this way. Hot damn. Good job, dude. It's this one, right? I think let's scope out this cave, see what it gives us, and then I might be ready to swap to Rodina, because I don't think I can make a significant amount of additional progress. I think we've seen a good chunk of the game to kind of get what the idea is, and it's very cool. Like, I had no idea that this existed, especially this early. Your fortress is way different than you remember. Now, to get there without, like, being in big trouble, I need to have more ladders? I see. Okay. And they won't be able to do it until they've already built other things. Oh, really? I'd have to move it? I'd have to do that, basically? Gotcha. I'll have to build more going down from there, sure. Like further into the cave area, you mean? Can they dig through this this stuff? I didn't think that was diggable, which is why I wasn't going to do that. I could bring it here, I suppose. I could bring it like there. I'll have to build another one here anyway. And he's just going to be screwed. I guess I could dig a wall for him to get out. That might connect to more things. This poor guy is going to be stuck here forever. Someone should make a modern hack of this game and add a fast forward button. This guy is the rightfully grumpiest dude ever. Show a sign dwarf. He's coming. Oh lord, he's coming. Oh, this is finally done too. So that might be another one there. But I think I'm going to try to get them out of here. What affects whether you're allowed to place a sign in a location or not? So I can do no passing once the dwarfs get past it. The sign doesn't do anything until you change it to mean something. On bridges and ladders, okay. It's either no passing or nothing, I guess. Okay. Stop wandering in this cave, man. Go back home. You know you want to. I do want to dig further over there, but I'm going to focus on this side first, I think. Oh, can you put it partway down a ladder? Ah, I see. This will keep further dwarves from getting lost up here if I put it there, right? Yeah. Yeah, where are they falling? Is it that poor guy? It's this guy. If I tell him to go in there, he'll go in there and not die. Don't fall! No, dude! No! No! You fool! Well, you're gonna be stuck for a while. Oh, he can walk past the pillar? Okay, I thought maybe the pillar he was gonna be screwed there. This guy will not go in there. Would no passing at the bottom of the ladder cause a problem here? Will that stop them from going up, or it just means they won't cross it horizontally? Now he's in there. This poor guy. This is what he gets for exploring earlier. He's very unhappy. I'm gonna lose all my dwarves to this place. You get bored and exit again if you wait too long. I probably need at least 2 dwarfs to solve the puzzles in there, right? I guess I can go in and look. This one also doesn't have any treasure, just the one thing. Oh no, it shows treasure down there. I wasn't sure how to tell you. You said the last one it was grayed out. It looks the same to me. I'm guessing this all needs multiple doors. Alright, let me get him out of here. I see. Alright, so he's just gonna sleep homeless in the dungeon. Poor guy. So I really want to keep the dwarves from falling over here, and I don't know the best way to do it. shit. It's gonna keep happening, isn't it? I guess no matter what, I need to extend this ladder all the way down so that they can get the hell out of here, right? Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time. And then later, maybe I can make a single bridge tile and, like, put a no passing sign there or something. Makes sense.
Hang on. I think you forgot something.
Sorry, dude. So many falling dwarves. They're all gonna die to this. Poor guys. They're all gonna get trapped down there. God. It's okay. I'm gonna try to find a solution, guys. It takes them a while to start falling, too. So this is a pretty big problem if you find yourself stuck in this and you don't immediately... I can see why they added this sign in the 2000 version. Yeah, that's fair. That's cool though. I've seen how huge this game is. I've seen the draw. I see why you want to look for like blueprints and stuff. Like if this was the only game I had on a PC when I was 9 years old, I would get a lot of value out of this. So it would be fun to just log in every day and try to find a new cave and that kind of thing. So thanks for sharing this very much. This is really cool. I can't believe that all it ended up taking was changing the name of the folder so it wasn't in Korean.